Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I thought it was a good weekend. A lot of good things to take away. Obviously, wanted to come out of there 2-0 for the first road weekend, but we learned a lot. We grew a lot, and I'm excited to see what this team does moving forward. I think we show a lot of potential, and that's what we're seeing as a staff when you go back and watch film. Oh, this play is, we're right there in this moment, or hey, there's things we're doing really well early that we're not quite executing late, and so a lot of things for us to take away. A good training week ahead of us. We've got 3 days to get ready for a very good Utah State team, and we're excited to play them. And then there's no rest because Boise State's hot as well, and so they're Saturday morning, or I should say Saturday afternoon. But 2 matches at home that we are excited for, that we're enthusiastic about. Hey, our chances are hey, if we play well, we can give anyone in this league fits. And so the mentality is, hey, we're just going to keep getting a little bit better every week, and that's all we can control, and that's what we're going to do.
Coach, when you go into conference, you mentioned last week how the intensities kind of shifts a little bit. Was it even a little more intense starting conference play on the road a little bit?
I think so. I think there's also just this mentality with this. Obviously the conference tournament's a big deal, and we all want to be playing in it. And you're swimming with sharks. Everybody wants the same exact thing, and so you see teams make plays that you didn't see on film in the non-conference. All of a sudden, whoa, they're making that play now, or hey, they're serving this tough now, and maybe we didn't quite see that on film. And now, hey, you're right. The level ups, and it's just, hey, there's an uptick in defensive intensity. There's an uptick in serving pressure. I thought there was an uptick in just overall defensive intensity on all levels, from our side and their side. And so I thought there were some really good things happening, and it just shows how tough the league is this year.
You just talked. Okay. You said you were excited, finally get at home. I know you've played home games already, in this year, but first home conference game, do you feel like there's any sort of home court advantage or anything like that going your way?
Yeah, advantage, I don't know. I think the advantage is how well we prepare. And it comes down to, hey, we're at home, so there's a few less distractions of being on the road, and that's part of the advantage of being at home. But I think the excitement is just, hey, we know that we didn't quite show our best selves late in a few of those sets against Fresno, and that's not good enough for us, and we're not going to settle on that. And so, we're coming into this week ranked 5th nationally out of 340 some odd teams in digs per set. We're top 10, I guess top 11. We got just edged out in the top 10 for opponent hitting efficiency. So there's a lot of things this team is doing well. It's just now it's a matter of, hey, can we do those things really well from 0 to 10, from 10 to 20, then from 20 to 25, and that's maybe where some things got away from us this last week. We're just late in sets. We want to be better at closing those things out.
Anytime you're getting a conference play now, Coach, you want to get off to a fast start, but the way the schedule is laid out with double-digit games before you get to conference, does that add extra pressure? Season's kind of getting to crunch time now with the Mountain West tournament. It's going to get here pretty quick.
Yeah, I think you feel like you blink and boy, you're already in week 2, and so the reality is it's in order to be playing in that, you've got to win today's training session, and then we've got to go win tomorrow's training session, and the scout and the preparing mentality, and so I feel like it's the big picture for me is, hey, how well can I keep my team focused on what's important today, and that's it. Outside of that, it's just outside noise, and we'll handle that when the time comes, but it's just about today, and then it's about kicking tomorrow's butt and whatever that means. And so I think the added pressure just comes into how well can we stay present, how well can we do what we need to do.
The fact that you have back-to-back road games and then back-to-back home games, so you're at least kind of know where you're at for a few days at a time. Does that help with that?
Totally. Again, it's the advantage is just to the fact that, hey, there's not a travel expectation or a delay, or hey we know that it's going to take us another 9 hours to actually be in a hotel to sit down and watch film, or hey it'll be not until tomorrow night that we're back training again. That type of mentality. When you're at home, we can take advantage of the resources we have, and the athletes can be as prepared as they possibly can. And to me, that gives us an advantage.
When your players hear these different kind of national rankings that you guys are sitting at with different things, digs per set, things of that sort, is that something you guys talk about at practice, or you kind of just say, here's that, but we're going to keep working?
Yeah, I think it's to the latter. It's here's this, and I want them to know things we are doing well, right? It's kind of hard, and it's hard anytime you come up short in life, in volleyball, in sport, whatever. You lose perspective pretty darn fast, and next thing you know, you're kind of doubting, what are we doing, and are we doing it well enough? And the reality is we are. we're top 5 in a huge category. We're top 50 in a few categories. And the reality is yes, we came up short, and yes, we're bummed and it hurts, and that's part of sport. And so the reality is how well can we bounce back? And so we do talk about it. We don't make it this, hey, let's turn the lights off on that skill because we're killing it in that area. No. I mean, we got to shine it on even more. And so even as we're talking about today's training session, it's, hey, yes, we may be doing great in defense, but there's a few areas we got to upgrade, and just to be more competitive in longer rallies. And so that's the mentality. It's, hey, this is where we're at, and we're not resting on that, but we're going to push even harder. Why don't we go to top 3, top 4, whatever it is.